Hi, thanks for coming. I think for some people, this video is really going to help them understand their place. This is about healing, but it's also a video about putting healing in context. The title of the video is The Healing Secrets of the Ages. Okay. But there's really only one healing secret. All healing comes from being in the flow with God. So I'm going to tell you a story that illustrates being in the flow. Human beings were created by the creator of this universe to help the earth. The story is that the earth went to the creator and said, "Look, I'm having trouble taking care of my duties. And I'm out on the farther reaches of the galaxy." So this was way before modern astronomy. And she said, "I'm just not getting enough energy from the center of the universe. So why don't you do something like moving me closer to the center of the galaxy, or something like that?" The creator thought for a little bit. He says, "No, I'm going to leave you where you are. You serve a very important function being where you are. But I'll tell you what I will do." One of the hidden messages of the story is that you can negotiate with God. So God said, "I'm going to create a creature that will gather more of the energy and transmit it into you so you'll be able to make better use of the energy that's already there." The earth had to be satisfied with that. And so the creator created human beings. And you notice that we have some hair. Actually, the hair is what collects the energy. It gets put into the body and then it exits through the feet into the earth. But the creator, who looks at everything from his own standards and says, "Okay, I need to be ethical in this use. I've created a sentient being. And that sentient being is being made to do something that it may not have chosen to do. I'm not going to interfere with that function that they're doing, but I'm going to compensate for it." So What he did is he gave the ability of the human beings to become self-realized. And of all the beings in the universe, the 3,280,000 different life forms, of which trillions of different variations are in those 3 million, the humans are the only ones that can become self-realized. And being self-realized means that the humans become super healthy. To become a better transmitter, you have to be healthy. So as long as you do that transformation process, then the natural order of things is for people to get sick and to die. So if you're watching this and you've got an illness, it's because you've upset the natural order of things. Most likely gathered toxins from the environment. There's another story that illustrates the dilemma that human beings create for the creator. There was a time when people didn't die. And finally, the creator, in order to reduce the overpopulation, created an agent that would make people leave this reality. And that was the angel of death. So there's a part of the rules that say people get old, they get sick, they die. And then there's this rule that says as long as you are a good transformer, you will be protected from this. So, why do people get healed when they go see a doctor and they give them a pill? You would think there's no place for any of this. Well, to back up, the reason people are ill is because they have karma, negative karma. And the negative karma is there to help them learn a lesson. Being a good transformer means that you convert any energy. And there's 3 types of energy. Convert it into sattvic, peaceful, good energy. And that's what gets translated into the earth. So the real upholder of the law of the energy are the people that transform the energy, whatever comes their way, into something positive. Let me show you the symbol of that transformation. This is what's called a caduceus in the medical field. And this represents the flow of the energy up around the spine as positive and negative energy called the Ida and the Pingala, the nadis that conduct the positive and negative energy. There's a mantra. I'll put a link to this page if you like, or you can just go and Google medical symbol, caduceus. And the idea behind medicine is the body naturally is in a state of homeostasis, stasis, sometimes people say. So the body knows what's healthy and it's always doing its best to be in the healthiest state that it does. So to get, and even including broken bones and doing surgery, open heart surgery, all this is designed to restore the natural healing properties of the body. If they can't do that, people die. How about doing exercise? Isn't that healthy? Yeah. How does this relate to the caduceus? Well, it makes the energy pump in a particular way. Your lymph system, which is the transporter of hormones throughout the body, is strengthened and energized by movement. So you can heal yourself just by doing exercise. Diabetics, their blood sugar goes down when they exercise. It starts a process called autophagy. Most doctors don't know it. All the doctors I met in the last year, none of them knew what the term meant. So that's why diabetes is increasing every year, because they don't know how to use autophagy to get rid of it. I have a video. I'll leave a link to it. Okay. So reestablishing the flow is the source of healing. Whether it uses the assistance of a doctor or not. And I have been training a group of people for a while now that can summon the things you need to have healing. And let me show you the symbol again. Okay. Where those two snakes intertwine, it does it 6 times. And if you ever go study Kundalini Tantra, they talk about the chakras. The chakras are just where those snakes cross. Chakra means wheel. And so what a wheel does is it turns. And it throws off energy. What kind of energy? The energy from the two snakes. They cause that wheel to turn. So every disease, every lack of money can be associated with a different chakra. Okay, so this is a little bit more than people are used to. But these people that I've been training have the essence of invoking the energy inside you. Invoke means to call in, to call inside yourself through the use of sound. And you may have heard of mantras. Well, the mantra that represents the caduceus is the caduceus. It's called the Gayatri Mantra, the long version. Okay, the reason I'm bringing this all up is because the economic system that we're used to is going through a collapse. And health issues, no matter where you are in the world, are expensive. So if you have an illness, you have my sympathy. Because you're sometimes making a choice between buying food or buying a prescription drug. But these people are now prepared to call upon the forces of the universe for you. Or if you're learning to be a healer, show you how you can call those forces. Every healing takes the form of an energy exchange. After all, illness, a disease, comes from your past karma. This is only the energy of that past karma coming back to you. And people, doctors, Reiki healers, they can interfere with this energy. But so they take away the energy that's causing the illness. But always, always, there's an energy exchange. So I've been training these people how to pass this energy back to the source of that, which is God, without it staying in their body and bringing another illness to them. Just to give you some information, if you go to an insurance agent and ask them what the actuarial tables say about doctors and their lifespan, of all the professions, their lifespan is the shortest. Hasn't changed very much. And people will say, well, it's because they come in contact with the disease and sometimes they catch that disease. Well, yeah. Remember we talked about an energy exchange? That's one way that can happen. There are doctors that are very long lived. Okay, and it's because when you investigate, you find that they have managed to insulate themselves from that reaction. And they may not know it consciously how they do it. They just do it. So we're not talking about people here that invoke those forces, that being doctors or anything like that. They may or may not be. We don't know who's coming along. There's going to be a bunch of them. And I thought I had some time, but now I'm certain, and I can show mathematically that the economic collapse is going to be within the next 2 months. And you can hold me to it. Okay, I've been trying to figure this number out for a very long time, but now I've come to a sort of realization of that. And just for Mike and Jean, Yogananda has to, that's a famous Swami, has to come back because he told people he could read their minds. And he could, yeah. And he thought that that would accelerate people's desire to become enlightened. But that was a mistake. It's because of that desire he came back once already to finish up what he started. But he realized that was a mistake. And his subconscious forced him to pick up a stone that was cursed, and he got a cancer and died. He didn't want to do that, but his subconscious made him do it anyway. This karma stuff is real tricky. And I thought I had time to train these people better to isolate themselves from this energy. But that hasn't happened. 2 weeks ago, a guy called me up, said all of a sudden I'm able to heal people. I said, yeah, that was coming. You just didn't know it. Yesterday, somebody called me up, Josh, and said, here's a guy that wants to be Superman. And he went out to a Samsung event, and he asked my wife to pray for him. So his other phone just died. So he wanted to win $1,000 phone. So she prayed for him. Gotta watch out for those women's, man. And so she got a text message saying he was up to 10,000 points for this game, and everybody else had 500. So she said, "Could you double up on it just to make sure I win?" He was so excited. So she did. And yesterday afternoon, he called her and said, "I won 2 phones." But that told me that being able to remain hidden is going away. So let me tell you how the Gayatri Mantra does its job. And I'll refer you to our friend. If you notice, you see the snakes, they intertwine around a central staff. And that central staff represents the spine and the nerve bundles inside it. So this is just outside the center. If you go look up some of the uh, things, the books on Kundalini. Okay, so each one of these crossings is a chakra. And the Gayatri Mantra unlocks the power of each chakra. You notice I said unlocks. It doesn't make it. The Kundalini has incredible power. And it's creating your life today. And it does it through the medium of your thoughts and feelings. So the law of attraction really works. Most people don't know the law of attraction, how to use it. So Josh did, where he's really gone up the scale. You'll notice that the snakes, as they go up, they get bigger until they get to the sixth right here, where the two wings are. Okay. And each mantra for each of the chakras unlock the energy, maybe not immediately, because people, for instance, you don't believe that you have all this energy circulating inside you. If you go look at the books on Kundalini, they say that the Kundalini is coiled up at the base of the spine and 3.5 times. Okay. Well, that's not quite correct. This is the Kundalini that you look down your spine and you see it 3.5 times coiled up. People say, well, the Kundalini is asleep. No, what's really true is that you are asleep to the Kundalini. You're using it, you just don't know how you're using it. Anyway, so each time you go to a chakra, Om Bu, Om Bubaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, the energy gets bigger. See, Emmanuel, I'm going into this a little bit for you, aren't I? So it's a washing process of the energy going up and coming down. Everybody thinks the Kundalini goes up. Well, it does, but then it goes down. And then that's where the real purification happens. When you become pure enough, the energy at the Ajna chakra takes wing. That's what the wings mean. Ajna means control. So one of the questions people never really ask is, control what? Well, the answer is everything. This is where you change your reality. Okay? The ball on the top represents the 1,000-petal lotus. What the 1,000 petals means is that you can make a power of any thought that you have. So if you read Patanjali's Yoga Sutras in the 4th chapter, it says you can know everything except for a little bit. Okay, so this is a symbol of the Gayatri Mantra. The people that have learned it have the ability, whether they know it now or not, to alter your reality. What is your reality going to look like? Well, you need some background to understand the answer. There's a book written by Sri Yakaswar, the guru of Yogananda. He took 2 years out of his life to write that book back when there was only printing presses that had type. So he spent time and money to make this book, made drawings. I'm going to put a link on it for you. And he wrote that book not for Yogananda, not for the people of his day, but for the people today. It talks about how the Vedas and the book of Revelations form a cohesive whole. See, I'm running out the clock. Hopefully people that will misuse this information have already left. That's one of the tricks, how you hide information. You only put it in a place where it takes a while for people to listen and get to it. Their interest, or lack of it, protects the information. So, Holy Science was written for the people today. I have a link, it's on the web. I'm going to put the link to the Wikipedia. Okay, so it has a brief summary, you can read that, and then if you're interested, go on. In Revelation, it talks about the lightning that flashed across the sky from the reincarnated saints, the bones of the saints that take flesh. That's John's description of reincarnation. So the Gayatri can work wonders in your life. You don't really have to believe any of this. Just get somebody to do it for you. That'll bring the right doctors, the right medicine, the right knowledge of how to deal with this. If you have a problem in your family, you want a solution. If your husband's beating you, the Gayatri will do its trick. It'll either make your life better with the person you have, or it'll make them go away. Either way, you're going to be better off. And you'll know it. And there's countless other ways that this all could work out. You just want to call in the power to make you a clear agent of the energy that's coming through the earth every moment. Tantra says, make yourself happier this instant. Not tomorrow, not next week, not the next hour, not even the next minute. Right now. When this process of self-realization is finished, you are in charge of your reality. You can make it better. You can make yourself happier. You go from this level of happiness to this level, and then on up. And eventually there comes a time you can't even stay on this earth. You have to go to higher and higher levels. But you'll know how to do it. No one has to educate you to do that. You don't have to give anybody your power to have them do that. That's what you want. You want freedom. You want liberty. You want happiness. This is the fastest, quickest way. And I'm sorry I've taken a while to try and figure out how to get it to you in a safe and easy way, not just for you, but for the healers themselves. And now the time is short, so it means that we have to be ready now where we are. That's why I'm making this video. For you that want to be a healer, we are ready, willing, and able to help you. We will show you how to make your life better so you can show other people. Thank you.